Stand for pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yes. Robert, you're on?
Yes, I am.
Okay. We have Justin Randall, Rena, and John. Robert, do you have anything?
Yeah, I got a couple things.
Okay.
Have you got any answers for me yet?
Wally, do you want to speak to that?
No, we haven't got any answers for you yet.
Okay. Just have to wait longer. Waiting period's getting quite long.
Okay.
Okay, the other thing is for Sherry.
Yeah,
I went back a while here. If I remember right, at what meeting it was said that the settlement was paid for the locks, when they changed the locks on the fire department doors.
yeah,
Was that authorized through you to change it?
yes,
Okay. I couldn't remember if it's in the minutes that you authorized it or not, to have them changed.
yes, I did authorize to have those all changed.
Okay, think of it.
You're welcome.
Is that it, Robert?
That's it?
Okay. Justin, do you have anything? John?
Okay,
You have nothing?
I do. That's what's going. Couple of things starting out. First of all, thank you for having the meeting up here. It's nice to have it up in some good space. I noticed that the town meeting, the time of town meeting has been changed to 6 o'clock. Just curious, whose decision was that?
It was a combination of everyone on the board.
Yeah.
Because I know several years ago, it was brought up at town meeting and it was voted down. Since it's been decades that it's been 7 o'clock, is there any measures being taken to make people aware that we've kind of broken with tradition and we've gone with the 6 o'clock?
Other than the warnings that are supposed to be put out for the meeting, no.
Okay. Okay, the next thing, I do understand you've got some new snow equipment, well, I guess the tractor part for the sidewalks and everything, and I guess it's going pretty well. My question is, what happened to the old equipment? Was it just in such bad shape that we had to scrap it, or?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't scrapped it. It'll probably, I guess I should follow up with Jason. We just barely took possession of it at the beginning of January. And as far as I know, it's still there. We will probably put it up for, like we did with the town trucks last year, put it up for sale. It was in pretty rough shape. It was to the point where we were having to put a quart of oil in every time we were using it. It was pretty rusty. The only way to get to the oil leak was to rip the cab all off, and then it was just, 20 plus year old tractor. I'd seen its time.
Well, that's understandable that, equipment wears out, but the thing is what I like to see is you are putting it up for sale, and giving something back
Yes.
for the taxpayers, and it's not sitting there. Just curious, I see we got the second ambulance back, and I thought it was the plan of the board to have the other one that had the minor damage done to it taken in. Is that still on the?
It still is, but right now, we're just gonna let things settle down. We're actually at on a Unit 2 call right now, so it's already working for us.
Okay. And then I noticed the skating rink was being used, and we've got some cooler weather, and how's that going? It's still being, people using it without vandalizing it?
I haven't had any negative reports. Timmy's been down there he's down there every day. He had, I think he got water from the department Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So he's asking for, water to top dress it on a regular basis when the weather permits.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's a lot of people down there doing it.
So how much, just curious again, how much water does it take to do the top dressing usually?
About 250, 300 gallons, not
Okay.
much.
So it's not a big amount?
It's just the time of, filling, we fill the tank when we come back, it's full when we leave the station.
Uh-huh.
We go down there and we spread the water down and then come back and fill it up. So it's probably, one of the guys that volunteers, it's probably an hour or hour and a half,
Mhm.
so.
That's good. And then I know you're taking on a big project at Noy Street for paving. I was just wondering if you have a kind of a ranking of streets that you're planning to do, and I know we can't do them all in 1 year. So I was just wondering if you had a ranking for some of the streets, because I've noticed that Elm Street is pretty bad, and it's getting to where it would benefit from having a repaving job there.
I am not aware, that's a great suggestion. I think it's more of a road foreman determination, like where the biggest priority lies. I think the Noy Street is kind of being timed with the work we're doing in the hub.
Right.
So I mean, the water and the sewer lines, or the water lines being hooked on. So, but no, that's a great, that would be a great idea to use, have a ranking, and then, maybe then you can't follow it, firing out for some circumstances, but, most years that seems like that would be good.
Yeah.
But have a ranking system.
So you're still doing the TAP, right, through regional planning on the transportation committee?
And I went to the meetings,
Yeah, going to the meeting?
I have not
Okay, because that's where it comes from, because that's what they do, is they rank
been. I know they rank like bridges that need work and stuff.
bridges that need work and roads and stuff like that. And so you've got you don't get everything done each year, but you do as much as you can, and you do it. And that's why I was wondering if the town had something similar to that.
It's not bad suggestion.
Okay. Any idea have you solidified anything more for the ARPA funds as to what's going to happen with those? Is that what was going into Noy Street?
Oh, that's how we go straight. We had surplus that we were going to use, right?
Yeah, we're gonna use capital improvement money that's been set aside, so we won't be borrowing anything for North Street. We got, I don't wanna get ahead and talk about golf course, but Tyler found some really good financing for us on golf course, which freed up our capital improvement money, so we're gonna be able to pay for that on North Street.
Okay, I just would hate to have us lose that ARPA money, because that goes off the table end of this year, correct?
It has to be committed by the
Right.
So, yeah, we are working on it. I mean, we're getting quotes for a couple things, some work at I don't know what you call that building at the playground, the shed / lean-to section.
Mhm.
Getting a quote, Kylie's getting a quote for that. We're still looking at potentially purchasing some abutting land to the town garage for a future build for a new town garage.
Mhm.
It's a couple other ideas that we've kicked around. So we are working on committed money.
And the last thing is, what's the planning for April 8th? With the solar eclipse, since we're kind of ground zero. And they keep predicting about all the people coming in.
Yeah, I just heard some really good conversations in the St. Albans area. And that hotels are overbooked now, 50% higher rate for people to be in this area right now. And that's what they're projecting, that like the increase for this time of year, like hotels are being gobbled up at 50% more faster than normal. So they are expecting a huge amount of people within Burlington, St. Albans area, so, and there's a lot of planning, from other organizations or other communities that's really going into it. I don't know if it's something we need to look at, but I mean, I know a lot of other communities are doing some pretty big planning around this event.
Maybe like a festival or?
Festival, or there's a board right now in St. Albans that is actually looking for people to offer, because they don't want it just to be this 3-minute, you know, like people are renting hotel rooms, people are traveling, so they're asking communities to have other things for people to do. So they're brainstorming right now of suggestions of things that could possibly contribute to the experience.
I don't know how much, we can do. It's right on a Monday, which is a work day for most of us. We're not gonna be able, I'm not gonna be able
So-
to commit to that.
So I'm part of the Richford Rec Committee, and we're actually working on plans for an event for that day. We just don't have, we're working with Dan Seeley, he's gonna be having some informational meetings here, scheduling some just to kind of plan for the eclipse. And he has a lot of information between him and his wife. So there's that. I do know as far as an event being planned here in town. There's just not many details yet, we're still kind of gathering information on everything.
And that's the end of my list.
Okay. All right. Now, looking for approval of 115, 2024 meeting minutes.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passed. Highway report.
Well, no news is good news. It's been pretty quiet, not a lot of plowing to be done, a little bit of sanding here and there. I think they're still tinkering on cleanup from some of the wind damage, but, a few water leaks here and there, helping out with it, but other than that, not much to report.
Buildings, we finally got them in there to control that door to service all the doors at the emergency building. We also got the thermostat all updated because they were 20+ years old. They were replaced. And I'm waiting on a quote to have somebody come in and clean out the drains inside the building that they forgot to do when they came up in November.
Was one of the thermostats moved, wasn't there concern about location?
Yes, yes. But also the seals were gone on the door,
Yeah.
so it was like a little lowering on them, so that's all they're gonna need. And that's it, at this time.
Water and sewer report. I know we've had a couple of leaks lately. There was one up on Green Avenue, it was to do with a hydrant. I know they repaired that. I'm told tonight it's still leaking a little bit somewhere up there, so I gotta look into that. There was a leak on Troy Street around Fred's this weekend, and that was shut off so they could repair. I had any more updates on that. That's all I have, Alan. Do you have anything?
No, not for water and sewer, but maybe we have time before our meeting for, other business. And of course, we are having our informational meeting tonight on Golf Course Road. And just a reminder to everybody that, we are having our election for people in the special services district next week, to approve the financing for Golf Course Road. Other than that,
Versus?
I don't have anything to update.
Okay. Parks, playground, cemeteries report.
No, I don't really have much to report.
Okay. So Wally, we can go on to that other information.
Yes, I guess under other business. I'm able to have a phone conversation conversation with Bethany Remmers about the rail trail extension project and the town, stepping away from the project. So she crafted the letter I shared with all of you. We can opt, it's just a draft. If we like it, we can move forward with making a motion to have it sent to Andrew Forge at the Vermont Agency of Transportation to inquire as to what the town's obligation is to repay the funds that have been expended on the project.
So this letter doesn't lock us into anything at this point?
Well, I do have questions, right? I mean, there is a wording, it says, can you provide more information on what documentation, justification, make the initial determination, town, it says the town is stopping the project. Maybe we should, maybe we should say,
Consider it stop.
Yeah.
That way,
yeah,
we get some hard numbers that are outrageous.
well, yeah.
That's not working.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, yeah, we can change that wording. I think ultimately, like we've talked about, hard numbers, and we know that it's 113,000 at the most right now. I mean, if so that would be the number we'd have to swallow if they pay it off. But she said they're probably, we wouldn't have to pay it all. She's theorizing, and she's thinking that, wish I could remember the wording, but the federal government used to require you to pay back certain funds that were expended, but they did away with that rule. Now she said the only thing that might need to be we might be obligated, or that they might push back on is money paid to the landowners for right of way. Any money paid to them for right of way access.
Which we've already paid, so.
Well, to
Getting a reimbursement.
right. So, so I mean, I can change that word. The town is considering it basically wants to. So if you guys are fine with that,
Yeah, as long as.
and authorize me to sign the document, we'll get it moving.
Yeah.
So
I'll make a motion to authorize Lauren to make the changes and to sign the document when needed.
Okay, now it's seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion passed. Okay, is there any other?
I took a few minutes under other business here to start working on, I don't know if you want to call it a policy guideline for the fire department. Given the, some of the issues we've had to deal with, I thought it would be a good idea to clarify exactly what the relationship is and to what extent the select board is going to exercise oversight over the fire department and try to come up with something as to, what responsibilities are going to be delegated. So I have started working on a policy. I did get some information from another town, but I really didn't like it. And it's because I personally am not a fan of micromanaging any department. I know personally, I don't feel qualified to be telling the fire department how to do much of anything, because I don't know. And so the policy I'm crafting is, kind of weighed toward delegating the authority to the running of the department to the chief. Almost all of the running of the department, but it does clarify a couple of issues that the select board would have oversight over. And you know, what I, you know, started with here, I did it just, we need someplace to start at the beginning. So I don't know if after the meeting, if Marissa can make some copies for us and everybody can weigh in with their thoughts. I know this isn't gonna be our final version. I expect that, and there's stuff in here I wouldn't change. But I just wanted to get it started and give us a starting point, so I do. Okay. Like this.
Sounds good.
Thanks for doing that.
All right, do you have anything else? At this time, I'd like to make a motion to go into executive to discuss some personnel.
Can we go downstairs, can we downstairs do that?
Oh,
That way these guys don't have to all leave the area.
Yeah.